Good afternoon, Internet. Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome again to my YouTube channel. I am Kinara Pete. This is Monday afternoon, and I want to take you along, as I always do, with me. And whenever you are watching your time zone, whenever your time zone is, please join us and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so that you can support the good work we do. Out here in view of what we do on a daily basis, please subscribe if you haven't done so, and support us, guys. This is my only request to you. Subscribe. Now, yesterday I put out a video about the coup in Benin. Benin is in West Africa, a small country of about 15 million people, and with a GDP per capita of 6.8. growth. Now reports are trickling in from Benin are saying that the coup was not successful. Closely monitored reports are saying that the Nigerian forces went in with the Air Force, joined by the Ecowas, and also some 2-3 countries sent their forces to quell this coup d'etat. I understand from reports coming in is that the coup leaders were holed up in a television station, and all of a sudden they were surrounded and they were disarmed, and that Ecowas is gonna stay for a few months to provide security and stability for President Talon to finish his term. I understand his term was coming to an end somewhere in April, if not February. Not very sure, but I think for sure April. Now, these soldiers will provide him with the stability that he needs for the country to go back to normal. Now, coups are not unusual in West African countries, being that they're very fragile economies with very little or no strong, disciplined forces. So therefore, from time to time, if the military men don't like what you're saying, you're cooked. So that is what happened there in Benin. Reports coming in are confirming that the coup was put down and that there is normalcy right now. It's quiet in the streets of Cotonou, and that people have gone back to their businesses as usual. It is yet to be seen for how long it's quiet. It looks like coups are coups, and if things are not right or whatever these guys were complaining about is not corrected, it's gonna repeat itself again in another form or another format. Now, this time they might be better prepared. It might not be just, a run over force that is not very organized and quickly overwhelmed and defeated. Nevertheless, be it as it may, continue calling for human rights organizations, democratic forces to join hands and call for an immediate civilian rule devoid of military interruptions. And this is everywhere in Africa. I'm not just talking about Benin. I'm talking about everywhere in Africa to Sudan. It's the same game plan. So therefore, we are hoping this is going to mark perhaps the end of the men in uniform in power. But when you look at the men in uniform, what they've done in Mali, Ibrahim Traore's country, they've done wonderful. Done wonderful. A lot of investments, growth, country showing growth signs, and all beautiful things associated with development. We are waiting for the outcome of Tanzania to see what is going to transpire, because the recently concluded so-called elections were not elections. We're waiting to see whether the ICC, International Criminal Court, or the United Nations team that is over by Tanzania investigating the death and the criminality perpetuated at the innocent people of Tanzania, that some people are brought to book and bear or answer the questions why they're punishing other innocent people that did nothing other than just exercising their power to vote. I did opine in one of my videos that if Africa does not watch out, we will have no elections very soon. Not that there are elections in many countries in Africa. What we do have is sham elections, well concluded, stuffed up ballots, and all that nonsense. But I don't think this also is gonna last long. At some point or the other, this is gonna change. My prayer is that let us change the attitude of the African people and how they look at their countries. If that is to happen, then we might see a significant shift in how things are done. It is very wrong for the 21st century for people to wake up early in the morning, 4, 5, 3, 2 a.m. in the morning, stay on the line to vote, only to be met the following day with bullets flying in the name of cooked elections. This is what goes on in most of these African economies. That is why most of them are in debt to a tune of millions and millions of dollars. All they do is borrowing and don't balance the balance payments. They don't balance the trade. Keep borrowing before they know they can borrow again until they auction something. This is what is the reality, the sad reality in that country, in those countries, most of those African countries. And many people don't talk about it, but it is the reality, and we're gonna talk the way it is. Most of these African economies are small, and but they overborrow. They're borrowed to the tune of millions and millions of dollars that their children and children of their children would probably not pay, not afford to pay that loan. Therefore, this is a sad state of affairs. And by this, I'm talking about countries like Kenya, whose economy has been overburdened by borrowing. And then when you can't pay these loans, you lose part of what you used as a bargaining power to acquire the loan. Therefore, I want to caution these leaders that they might be there smiling today, but tomorrow is going to be painful. Their smiles might turn into pain. That is the truth. Do the right thing, live right, and live within your means. You don't have to live a life that you cannot support. You cannot explain how you are living a life of trillionaires out there when your salary is known. What is your other source of money? These are the questions we continue to ask, and not many answers come through. Not many answers come through. Of what we've just said, we wish to conclude this case that no matter what you do, so long as you don't do it right, it's not done. With these few remarks, we come to the end of this video. My viewers, wherever you are, if you happen to watch this video, please subscribe, comment, and share widely. I really appreciate you wherever you are, and continue watching this YouTube channel as a sign of showing support, guys.